Hmm. Yeah. Can you see the screen? And I am audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry, but little delay because of internet issue, and hope that will remain now. Disconnect होऊन या चलो. So सकाळी काय झालं? आज सकाळच्या सेशन मध्ये काय काय झालं?
Hypothesis.
टेस्ट कोणते कोणते झाल्या? पॅरामेट्रिक आणि नॉन पॅरामेट्रिक दोन्ही प्रकारचे झाल्या का? ओके. टी टेस्ट झाली का? कंपॅरिझन ऑफ मीन.
2 tail and 1 tail झालं सर. आणि काय स्क्वेअर झालंय आणि मीडियम.
कंपॅरिझन ऑफ मीन झालं का? टी टेस्ट.
टी टेस्ट नाही घेतलं सर.
टी टेस्ट नाही घेतली. हा ते 1 टेल म्हणजे मग
टेल्स फॉर्म्युला घेतलं.
ग्रुप मीन ऑफ फर्स्ट ग्रुप इक्वल्स टू मीन ऑफ सेकंड ग्रुप नाही झालं?
नाही सर, ओनली मीडियम.
ठीक आहे. त्या टी टेस्ट मध्ये what is टी टेस्ट? टी टेस्ट इज द कंपॅरिझन बिटवीन टू ग्रुप्स. मला वाटतं काल बोलताना मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं की when there is the comparison between two groups, then first take the means of each group and then apply some formula to that and check whether the both means are equal or not equal. Okay, हे झालं फक्त दोन ग्रुप असतील तर. But if more than two groups, or if we want to compare multiple groups, then what will happen? In that case, we cannot use simple t-test. आता बघा, समजा उदाहरणार्थ आपल्या युनिव्हर्सिटीमध्ये there are 52 departments. Okay, and if I want to compare the IQ of students of each department, then what I need? Department A compare with Department B, then Department A compare with Department C, up to like this, up to 52. मग B चं comparison C, D, E, F up to 52. मग E चं, this will take large time, and this is called as multiple comparison. So when there is the multiple comparison of means, we use ANOVA. Simply, what is the short form? ANOVA, ANOVA, analysis of variance. Got it? Analysis of variance. Screen दिसते ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
स्क्रीन स्क्रोल होती है का सांगा?
No, sir.
नाही होते. नेक्स्ट स्क्रीन दिसत नाहीये का? पहिली ओरिजिनल स्क्रीन दिसते अजूनही?
इंट्रोडक्शन फर्स्ट स्लाइड दिसत आहे सर, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड नाही. Yes, sir, it's visible.
But is it scrolling?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes.
why ANOVA? I just see when two sample t-tests are problematic, or when real life things do not typical result in two groups being compared. In that case, we need analysis of variance, right? If the type 1 errors risk is increasing, टाइप 1 एरर टाइप 2 एरर माहिती आहे का? हायपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग मध्ये सगळ्या मॅडमने सांगितलं का?
हा यादी म्हणल्यावरती अवघड विषय.
accepting null hypothesis when it is untrue. Type 1 error.
Rule number 73. Rule number 73. Please mute your mic.
दुकानदार व्हायचा पण दिवस लागते बघा. किरावाला म्हणलं त्यामुळे कसे 10-12 दिवस लागते. काय मग उलट माझं उलट परत आहे माझं उलटच आहे परत आहे किरावाला म्हणलं. अहो आहे किती 12 किलोमीटर. आमची रोजची पोर आहेत कारखान्यात कामाला रोजची पोर आहेत कारखान्यात. मग काय विषय नाही.
मेसेज टाका किंवा त्यांना फोन करून सांगा बरं.
आठवणी बाजार कसं तसं आहे आमचं गाव किरावा.
आवाज
When the null hypothesis is true, but we reject that, then it is called as type 1 error. And when again opposite of this, what I said, when null hypothesis is true, we reject that. Nakumara, I don't want that. And when null hypothesis false, but we accept it, it is called as type 2 error. So like that, when the risk of type 1 error is increasing, then again we need to go for ANOVA. Okay, the levels of significance. When there is experiment-wise error, when the level of significance with 100 comparisons, 5 will show a difference. At 5% level, when we checking, then at least 5 are showing difference, then we need to go for analysis of variance. Okay, if you are running more t-tests, the risk of type 1 error is greater or large. So minimizing that, so instead of t-test, 2 sample t-test, go for ANOVA, analysis of variance. Okay, what are the basic things for ANOVA, or when we can ANOVA do? 1, data must be experimental. Okay, not for secondary data. Don't use secondary data for ANOVA. In this case, data must be experimental. If you do not have access to statistical software, take it by hand. With many experimental design, the sample size must be equal for various factor level combination. What do you mean by factors? The factor means what treatment on what experimental group we are doing. Okay, so which things we are applying on the group is called as factor. For example, say take the simply paracetamol. We know the power of that tablet is different: 250 milligram, 500 milligram, and 600 milligram. So if we say the tablet is single, but power is different, so this power is called as factor level, and that tablet, paracetamol tablet, is called as a factor. Its level is 250 milligram, 500 milligram, and 600 milligram. Okay, then a regression analysis will accomplish the same goal as an ANOVA. Correlation regression झालंय काय? And ANOVA formula change from one experimental design to another. In all these cases, use ANOVA. Variance formula आपण बघितला होता काल. What is that? sigma square is equal to summation xi minus mu whole square divided by small n. किंवा सॅम्पल जर असेल तर small s square is equal to summation xi minus x bar whole square divided by n minus 1. Okay, so if the variances scores vary, okay, a representation of the spread of scores means the variance is difference. What contributes to difference in score? Which factor is effective for these differences? So there are two, one individual differences and in which group you are in. That is the group differences. ANOVA concepts is applied on the means, right? It related to comparison of means. And do the means vary so greatly from each other that they exceed individual differences within the groups? That means की ग्रुप मध्ये सुद्धा डिफरन्स आहे आणि दुसऱ्या सोबत कंपेअर करताना सुद्धा डिफरन्स आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल ग्रुप ए अँड ग्रुप ए मध्येच इतकं व्हॅरिएशन आहे की त्याचं मीन काढलं काही जणांचं तर 100 पैकी 100 मार्क, काही जणांना एक्झॅक्टली 0 मार्क. द लार्ज और ग्रेट डिफरन्स इन द ग्रुप अँड वेन कंपेअर विथ अदर ग्रुप्स, एका ग्रुपला 0 मार्क आणि दुसऱ्या ग्रुपला 100 पैकी 100. So this is also a large difference. Okay, so in this case, between and within groups, analysis of variance is between and within groups. What is within groups? Variability or differences in particular group. In the same group, there variation if there is the differences in the same group. ग्रुपच्या बाहेर जायची गरज नाहीये. If we can see the differences in that group, then it is called as within groups. And differences depending what group one is or what treatment is received. That means एका ग्रुपला एक ट्रीटमेंट, दुसऱ्या ग्रुपला ट्रीटमेंट, मग दोघांमधला डिफरन्स चेक केला. Then we say it is the between groups. Okay, so keep in mind that when one way and two way ANOVA we will discuss, then within and between groups, these two things is needful. Okay, what we are examining in this case, the ratio of differences. Okay, that is variance. The ratio of variance we are going to calculate, and depending on this, we will decide our acceptance or rejection of null hypothesis. So what we are examining here, the ratio of differences from treatment to variance from individual differences. 1. If the ratio is large, there is a significant impact from treatment. If the variance ratio is large, then we can say the impact of treatment is large or significant. Means yes, this treatment is a good one. We know if ratio is large enough by calculating the ratio, then the mean square of total to mean square error, and then conduct an F test. Then conduct an हे बघूयात MST and MSc पुढे सांगतो परत. Well, in this case, as discussed till this, compare to multiple means. in ANOVA we can able to compare multiple means. Between group variance reflect differences in the way of group we were treated. What treatment is given to each group, it reflects by between groups. Within group variances reflects individual difference. What are the individual things? It reflects in the by the within group. So as we discussed, null hypothesis, no difference in means. We should neutral. Alternative, there is difference in means. So what null hypothesis we can set up for the ANOVA? No difference in means. And against of this, alternative is differences in means. Right? We require sum of squares. Many calculations of this is the part of calculation. Sum of squares. When we are comparing variance estimate, so variance is equal to sum of square difference divided by degrees of freedom. DF is degrees of freedom. The charge is to partition the variance into between and within group variance. So critical factor for this point is between group variance and within group variance, right? When we are calculate change in the partition of the variance into between and within group, then the critical factors, the variance between group and variance within group. Okay, and then comparison of within group and between group. Okay, so one factor or one way ANOVA. When we discuss one factor or one way ANOVA, then we can calculate total sum of square equal to treatment sum of square plus error sum of squares. SS is sum of square. So as short form SS total equal to SST plus SSE. Then randomized block design, that this is the two-way. In this case, total SS or SST is equal to treatment SS plus block SS. One more factor add here. In one way ANOVA, you add block SS, so it will be randomized block design. Okay, if you go for factorial design, then main factor treatment SS, subfactor SS, and interaction SS. Example, yes, here is the example. I will show you with the example. Let's see. This is the layout of ANOVA. There are 4 groups. There are 4 groups, say K1, K2, K3, and K4. And for each group, different treatments are applied. So first group treatment 1 is applied, second group treatment 2 is applied, third group treatment 3 is applied, and fourth group treatment 4 is applied, right? And number of observation in each group are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Got it? Got it? So प्लीज सी अगेन, दिस इज इम्पॉर्टंट. ANOVA करताना आपल्याला लेआउट खूप महत्वाचा असतो. लेआउट बरोबर असेल तर ANOVA बरोबर, अन्यथा सगळं चूक. सो there are 4 groups. In each group there are 10 observations, and for every group treated by different treatments. So number of treatments are 4 because number of groups are 4. N small n is equal to 10 because each group has 10 observations. right? So let's go for calculation of this. Y bar 1 dot. It means simply mean of this group. Addition of y11 to y110 divided by 10. What we will get? This is the mean of this first group. Similarly, mean of second group denoted by y bar 2 dot. Mean of third group denoted by y bar 3 dot. And mean of fourth group denoted by y bar 4 dot. The method of calculating mean is same what we discussed in our previous lecture. Then next, when we want to calculate within group variance, see what is our variance formula? Sigma square is equal to, sorry, इथं काय sample घेतलेत ना आपण s square. Small s square is equal to summation xi minus x bar whole square divided by n minus 1. So put here y, आता x च्या ऐवजी इथं y घेतलं हा फक्त फरक इतकाच आहे, x च्या ऐवजी y घेतलाय. So see here y1j means ही पहिली, this minus हा mean काढलेला whole square, this minus mean whole square like this, all summation of this divided by 10 minus 1. Here is also similar. याचा मीन आलेला हा मीन प्रत्येक याच्यातून सबट्रॅक्ट केला and taking the square of this difference, sum of all squares, this one divided by 10 minus 1. Similarly for third group and fourth group. So from this we will get the SS. See here, variance of first group plus variance of second group plus variance of third group plus variance of fourth group, right? So addition of these all will sum of squares within, that is, this is the sum of square within groups. And see here, this is quite different. हा काय केलेला आहे? या मीनचा हा पहिला मीन, सेकंड मीन, थर्ड मीन and fourth मीन. Mean of these four means. पुन्हा काय केलं माहितीये का? This mean y1 bar dot plus y bar 2 dot plus y bar 3 dot plus y bar 4 dot divided by 4. याचं जे आन्सर आलं ते परत काय केलं? See here, each observation, प्रत्येक याच्यामधून हा जो डिवाइडेड बाय 4 वाला मीन आहे, हा मीन प्रत्येक y11 पासून y410 पर्यंत प्रत्येक याच्यातून सबट्रॅक्ट केला and स्क्वेअर केला, त्याचा स्क्वेअर घेतला आणि समेशन घेतली. दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज सम ऑफ स्क्वेअर फॉर एरर और SSE किंवा चान्स एरर. What we called for this formula? SSE, error sum of square. आणि वरती कॅल्क्युलेट केलेलं याला काय म्हणायचं? This is SS within group. Okay, so see here, overall mean of 40 divided by, sorry, overall mean is y bar dot dot, म्हणजेच 40 ऑब्झर्वेशनचं ऍडिशन divided by 40, that is called overall mean, right? 10 into, this is not x, 10 into summation I equal to 1 to 4 y bar 1 dot minus y bar dot dot whole square. This will give us sum of square between groups, SSB, sum of square between groups.
Sir, will you please tell me how that 40 denominator has come?
This one, see,
40,
how many
40.
observations are here? From y11 to y410, how many observations are here?
40.
plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. This is 40.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is called overall mean. Right? And see, each single mean minus overall mean whole square into 10. This will give us sum of square between groups. Sum of square between
But
groups.
but when you are calculating the overall mean, it will
Hmm?
be the individual means divided by 4, no, sir?
This is
Why
not.
should it be 40?
No. Listen. See, let come here. Okay. What we are doing here? This is first mean. Got it? This is second mean. This is third mean. And this is fourth mean. Right? So this first mean minus overall mean whole square.
Okay.
This second mean minus overall mean whole square. This third mean minus overall mean whole square. And this fourth mean minus fourth group mean minus overall mean whole square. Take the addition of this. Then we will get between, sum of square between, this formula. Multiply this by 10. What is total sum of square? Individual observation minus overall mean. Take the square of this, and what this indicates? 40 times summation. Summation I is equal to 1 to 4 and summation j is equal to 1 to 10. This means 4 into 10, 40 times summation. This is called total sum of square. See, फक्त आपल्याला variance formula माहित झाला. If we know what is the formula of variance and how it calculate, then it is very simple. We need to calculate variance for each group or within group or between group. That is the only key factor in calculation of ANOVA. Okay, so another way we can find total SS like sum of square within group plus sum of square between group. If we know these two things, then we can directly find out this one, or if we know this thing or any two things, we can find out third thing. Right? Okay. If we know SSW, SSB and TSS, then go for the table. See, this is the standard format of ANOVA table. What is this? This is the standard format. In this case, first, the column heading is source of variation. That means what we are calculated. It comes under this. The name of that calculations. Second, degrees of freedom. Third, sum of square, what we calculated. Mean sum of square can be calculated depending on these two columns. F statistics can be calculated on this column. See, under the source of variation between groups and within groups. Okay, within group means error, between group means comparison between two groups. So how many groups we have? 4 groups. So 4 minus 1 is the degree of between groups. Right? And the calculation of SSB. See this calculation right here. Similarly, within a group or error, degrees of freedom for error is n into k. What is n? Number of observation. What is k? Group. Number of the observations are 10 in each group into number of groups are 4. So 10 into 4 is 40 minus 4, 36 will be here. And SSW. See, this is the value of SSW right here. Okay, total. You can directly go for to this plus this right here, or and this plus this right here. Or if you know this one and this one, you can calculate this one. If you know this one and this one, you can calculate this one. Mean sum of square. The value of this divided by degrees of freedom. We will get sum of square for between groups. The mean square for error or within group is SSW divided by NK minus K in degrees of freedom. Here we will get mean sum of square. F statistics, that means ratio of variances. As earlier we said that ANOVA is the calculation of variances or ratio of variances between group and within a group. So this SSB divided by SSW. Your mean square MSS divided by MSSB divided by MSSW. What will be the answer? That will our F statistics. No need to calculate anything here. No need to calculate here anything here. Clear? Now, once we got this value, F statistics, go for the F chart. सकाळी मॅडमने दाखवलं का F चार्टचा किंवा कुठल्याही टेस्टचा टेबल दाखवलाय का एखादा? नाही का? ठीक आहे, असेल तर दाखवतो मी. मग तुम्ही तुम्हाला दाखवलं. एकच मिनिट मी स्टॉप करतो आणि टेबल वर जातो. टेबल दिसतोय?
Yes, sir.
Such tables are called as प्रत्येक डिस्ट्रीब्युशनचा हा टेबल असतो. असा आपण हा एफ टेबल काढलाय एफ डिस्ट्रीब्युशन साठी. बघा, यू कॅन सी हियर एफ डिस्ट्रीब्युशन टेबल. सो देर इज अ टी डिस्ट्रीब्युशन टेबल, देर इज अ काय स्क्वेअर टेबल्स डिस्ट्रीब्युशन अँड लाईक दॅट. व्हॉट एव्हर द टेस्ट, देर आर डिफरंट टेबल्स फॉर दॅट. आता यांनी काय सांगितलं आपल्याला आपल्या याच्यामध्ये K-1 into NK-1. K-1 is 3 and 36. 3 and 36. Okay. So DF कसं डिपेंड करतं तुमच्यावर? हा, सी कॉलम और rows. If I take 3 here, K-1 is 4 minus 1 is 3. So this 3 and 36. 6 is not here. तर आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करू शकतो. तर 40 घेऊयात आपण तात्पुरता. So under this, yeah, 2.2296. See, मी हायलाइट केलेलं ब्ल्यू ने दिसते का? व्हॅल्यू दिसते का?
येस सर.
Yeah. So find out the table value like this. 1 degrees of freedom तुम्ही अल्टरनेट सिलेक्ट म्हणजे इकडे डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम 1 किंवा 2 कुठेही सिलेक्ट करू शकता त्याप्रमाणे. ओके सो 2.226 हे कन्सिडर करू आपण व्हॅल्यू. स्टॉप करतो, हे क्लिअर झालं तर याला स्टॉप करतो आपल्या ओरिजिनल विचार. So whatever the value you calculated here, compare this value with this 2.2206. As usual, criteria is, काय criteria है? If calculated value, सांगा, is less than table value, मग काय करायचं? If the calculated value is less than table value, मग काय करायचं? Accept null hypothesis. काय करायचं? Accept null hypothesis म्हणजेच आपण whatever the stated null hypothesis, that is there is no difference between mean of each group, हा accept करायचा, right? किंवा if the calculated value is greater than table value, मग काय करायचं?
अल्टरनेटिव्ह.
Yes. Null hypothesis reject म्हणजेच alternative
Alternative
hypothesis select करायचा. There is significant differences in the mean of groups. आता that is different thing की आता कोणत्या ग्रुप मध्ये खूप जास्त डिफरन्स आहे, that is different thing. हे बघा आता exactly let's go with example. आता theoretically if you are unable to understand or quite difficult, you find quite difficult, let's see the example. See, there are again the same 4 treatments. There are 10 observations in each group. Okay. Then see here. The mean of first group is 62. याचा mean काढला 62. The mean of second group is 59.7. The mean of third group is 56.3. And mean of fourth group is 61.4. या 4 mean चा परत mean काढला. Then we got 59.85 is grand mean. Okay. किंवा इंडिव्हिज्युअल प्रत्येक 40 ऑब्झर्वेशनची टोटल घेतली आपण, 60 + 67 + 42 असं करत करत 56 + 60 + 65 पर्यंत येऊन डिवायडेड बाय 40. इफ वी डू लाईक दॅट देन अगेन वी
Screen. सर स्क्रीन शेअर करा.
स्क्रीन दिसत नाही केली ना मग
ना
एक्झाम्पलची स्क्रीन नाही दिसत आहे, सर.
हा एकदम आता जे समजवत आहे ते नाही दिसत आहे सर.
एक्झाम.
बरोबर सांगतो एक पण जावं लागेल.
हा दिसतंय सर.
याला स्टॉप करतो. याची गरज नाही आपल्याला, टेबलची गरज नाही. PowerPoint slideshow. दिसते?
येस सर.
येस
स्क्रोल होती का सांगा, म्हणजे मला कळतं. स्क्रोल होती.
येस सर.
So here is the example of what we discussed as theoretically, right? So see here, k is equal to 4, that means 4 groups. N is equal to 10, means there are 10 observations in each group. Okay. So the mean calculated for each group is here 62.0, 59.7, 56.3 and 61.4. There are 4 means for different all 4 groups. Grand mean म्हणजे taking the addition of all 40 observation divided by 40, that is 59.85. Right? Okay. Once we get these things, then we can find out SSB. As per our formula, see 62 minus 59.85 square. What is 62? 62 is mean of this group. Okay. This mean minus grand mean 59.85 whole square. 59.7, that is
Treatment of each mean.
second group. Minus 59.85 whole square plus 56.3, the mean of third group, minus grand mean whole square, and the last one 61.1.4 is the mean of this group, minus 59.85 square, right, into 10. So 19.65 into 10 is equal to 196.5. This is SSB, sum of square between groups. Okay. Next one, within groups. Sum of square within groups काढायचे आपल्याला. So this calculation means 40 times. कसं करायचं आता? 60 minus 62 to square plus 67 minus 62 कुठपर्यंत आलं? 71 minus 62. हे बघा, मी पॉइंटर स्क्रोल करतो तो दिसतोय ना?
Yes, sir.
हा, इथपर्यंत 71 minus 62 whole square म्हणजेच this value minus 62 whole square. पुढे काय करायचं? 50 त्यालाच प्लस, प्लस 50 minus, आता 62 नाही घ्यायचं, आता हा मीन नाही. When we are started this group, then 50 minus mean of this group, 52 minus mean of this group square, 43 minus mean of this group, असं याच्यासाठी सेकंड ग्रुप साठी. पुढे प्लस 65 मायनस याचा मीन झाला, प्लस 48 मायनस मीन ऑफ दिस ग्रुप होल स्क्वेअर, 49 मायनस मीन ऑफ दिस ग्रुप होल स्क्वेअर, असं करत करत 47 मायनस मीन ऑफ दिस ग्रुप स्क्वेअर प्लस 67 मायनस मीन ऑफ दिस ग्रुप, असं करत करत 65 मायनस मीन ऑफ दिस ग्रुप होल स्क्वेअर इथे थांबायचं. सी आर last 69 minus 59.7 whole square. This is called as calculation of sum of square within groups 2060.6. This is the final value after summation. Okay, हे मिळालं की पुढे आपला टेबल. Sum of source of variation between. किती ग्रुप होते आपल्याकडे? There were 4 groups. So degrees of freedom for between is k minus 1, that is 4 minus 1. 3. Sum of square is calculated here. इथे calculate केली होती बघा आपण 196.5. Okay. For within group, nk minus k. What is n? Number of observations equals to 10 and k equal to 4. So 10 into 4, 40 minus k minus 4, 36. And the value 2060 is taken from this calculation. Got it? Mean sum of square 196.5 divided by 3. This is mean sum of square, right? Like this here also 2060.6 divided by 36 will get 52.7. Now comparison or taking ratio of these two mean sum of square. 65.5 and 57.2 will give us F statistics. ही टोटल तुम्ही डायरेक्ट याच्यावर पण करू शकता. See 1.14. This is the table. Sorry, this is the calculated value. And what is our table value? 2 point. काय सांगितली होती आपण? 2 point काहीतरी सांगितलं होतं की नाही? ठीक आहे, जाऊ दे, काही असेल 2 point आपण 0 कन्सिडर करेन. सी
2.15.
2.00 कन्सिडर करूयात, नाही आठवलं तर काय हरकत नाही. सी 1.14, this is the calculated value, is less than our 2.00 or 2.1. So we can see here null hypothesis is accepted and there is no difference between mean of all groups. म्हणजे आपण प्रत्येक ग्रुपला वेगवेगळी जरी ट्रीटमेंट दिलेली असेल तरी सुद्धा त्यांचं मीन काढल्यावर आपल्याला असं कळलं की सगळ्यांमध्ये समानता आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, इफ वी डिवायडेड एक 1 acre field divided in 4 groups. 1 एकर शेताचे आपण 4 भाग केले. And for every part we apply different treatments. एका भागाला आपण फक्त पाणी दिलं, त्याला काहीच नाही दिलं, पाण्याशिवाय दुसरं काहीच नाही. दुसऱ्या भागाला आपण युरिया दिला. तिसऱ्या भागाला आपण वेगळं किंवा आपलं काय म्हणतात त्याला कंपोस्ट खत दिलं. आणि चौथ्या भागाला खत आणि फवारणी असे वेगवेगळे ट्रीटमेंट दिले. In this experiment, we want to find out whether this treatment gives us equal yield or not. मग आपण काय केलं, जेव्हा उत्पन्न तयार झालं, पीक तयार झालं, प्रत्येक ग्रुपचं वेगळं वेगळं चेक केलं. पहिल्या ग्रुपचा मीन काढला, दुसऱ्याचा मीन काढला, तिसऱ्याचा मीन काढला, चौथ्याचा मीन काढला. असं कळलं की आपल्याला 4ही भागामधून फक्त 2 क्विंटल प्रत्येकी 2 क्विंटल सोयाबीन मिळालं. मग काय म्हणणार आपण, इतकी मेहनत करून सुद्धा 2च क्विंटल मिळालं आणि काही मेहनत न करता सुद्धा 2च क्विंटल मिळालं. सो देर इज नो डिफरन्स ऑफ दिस ट्रीटमेंट लाईक दॅट. This is the simple interpretation of ANOVA. If there is the confusion on the F statistics or a very minute difference is there, then go for p value. Generally p value ची गरज पडत नाही. खूपच मायनर डिफरन्स असेल आणि त्या डिफरन्स वरून आपल्याला डिसिजन घेता येत नसेल तर पी व्हॅल्यू कडे जावं लागेल. Then calculation of coefficient of determination, that is R square. This we can calculate with SSB divided by SST. The amount of variation in the outcome variable that is explained by the predictor. R square जर काढायचं असेल तर आपल्याला रिग्रेशन कडे जावं लागले आणि रिग्रेशन अनालिसिस जोपर्यंत आपल्याला कळणार नाही तोपर्यंत R square किंवा कोएफिशियंट ऑफ डिटर्मिनेशन आपल्याला कळत नाही. सो जेव्हा कोरिलेशन रिग्रेशनचं लेक्चर होईल, you forcefully ask that what is the interpretation of R square. Okay. See, this is the another example. In this case, iron, folate, and zinc. These three different treatments are applied on the school children's on school 1, school 2, and school 3, and then considered or the results noted down. मग काय आलं याचा रिझल्ट इथे दाखवला S3 इथे मीन आहे मीन SD मीन SD मीन SD वेगळ्या प्रकारचे मीन फॉर स्कूल 1 SSB काढला त्यांचं टेबल आहे त्याच्यात त्यांचा मीन काढला स्टॅटिस्टिक्स आला 9 आणि 72 टेबल व्हॅल्यू इतकी जातच नाही सो इन दिस केस ऑल्सो वी कॅन से द ट्रीटमेंट applied on different group is the result of that these treatments is similar. This is called as one-way ANOVA. This is काय म्हणतात त्याला one-way ANOVA. आता two-way ANOVA माहिती आहे का कशाला म्हणतात? When we use blocks. याच लेआउट मध्ये जेव्हा आपण छोटे ब्लॉक तयार करतो अजून तो झाला टू वे त्याच्या पुढे येणार LSD लॅटिन स्क्वेअर डिझाईन त्याच्या पुढे येणार USD युडन स्क्वेअर डिझाईन त्याच्या पुढे येणार फॅक्टर अनालिसिस म्हणजेच एकाच फॅक्टरच्या डिफरंट लेवल केल्याच्या नंतर जे येतं दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज फॅक्टर अनालिसिस ओके सो you can discuss if you have any confusion or query. आहे का काही query? Can you hear me? ऐका येते का? ऐकायला येते?
येस सर.
So if there is no query, then we will conclude, or if there is a query, you can ask. How many students have taken research topic on the comparison? किती जणांनी फील्ड वर्क वाला प्रॉब्लेम घेतलाय आणि किती जणांनी सेकंडरी डेटाशी रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लेम घेतलाय तुमच्या रिसर्च साठी? So no query, no confusion. Shall we stop here?
Yes, sir.
So thank you for being with me for last 3 lectures, and there is a good response from your side. I'm satisfied that I think whatever I am sharing with you or I shared with you, that will be fruitful for your entire research, and best luck for your research work.
हेलो मैम, सेशन क्लास।
हेलो मैम।
मैम लेक्चर हेलो
हेलो।
हेलो कावेरी मैम।
कैन यू लीव मैम? तो हेलो मैम, the session ends. Can we leave in sufficient time for this adjustment for the
मैडम
second
कैन वी
session?
रिव्यू सेशन इज नीडेड हेलो कैवरी मैडम
So anyone can have this number, this call to cover ma'am. So please. Hello.
सरांनी सेशन एंड केलं असेल तर आपण निघायला काही हरकत नाही होत
सर सेशन एंड झाला, वी कॅन लीव आय थिंक सो.
ओके मॅडम थँक्यू मॅडम